Attention seniors and Social Security and disability benefit recipients. Imagine depending on every single dollar from your Social Security check, and then finding out Washington might delay your next increase because of a political fight.
We propose and have a plan that makes sure that we increase benefits across the board for the more than 70 million people that are on Social Security. We make sure that nobody can retire into poverty.
Senator Kaine and I have a bipartisan bill that would attempt to address that, even increasing benefits.
We could expand Social Security benefits by $2,400 a year, lift millions of seniors out of poverty.
Now imagine hearing lawmakers promising to lift millions of seniors out of poverty, but the system still gives you a raise that barely covers a bag of groceries. It's happening again right now. Today, we're talking about the Social Security and disability benefit increase for 2026, the proposed $2,400 boost, and how the government shutdown could affect your payments. So stay tuned, because in the next few minutes, you'll see exactly who's fighting for your raise, how much you can expect, and what could delay it all. But first, please hit that like button so more Americans struggling to survive on fixed income can see this important update. All right, let's begin. Right now in Washington, a major fight is unfolding over how much seniors should get next year. Senator Bernie Sanders says his plan could expand Social Security by $2,400 a year and help lift millions of retirees out of poverty. He's joined by other lawmakers, both Democrats and Republicans, who say it's time to guarantee that no American should retire into poverty. Even Senator Tim Kaine recently spoke about bipartisan efforts to protect seniors, saying, "We can't allow our oldest Americans to live with uncertainty every single year." But here's the problem. While the promises sound good, the math isn't keeping up with reality. There are two key increases in discussion: the automatic cost of living adjustment, COLA, that will kick in for all recipients in 2026. The proposed boost, tied to the CPI metric, a new way to calculate benefits that could finally reflect the real cost of living for seniors. Stay with me, because the next part could completely change how you see this situation. Let's start with the first one, the COLA. Analysts say inflation ticked up again in August, but the increase in Social Security benefits for 2026 is expected to be around 2.8%. That means about $54 to $58 more per month for the average retiree. Now, here's the twist. Medicare premiums are also going up, and those increases could cancel out nearly the entire COLA bump. So yes, you might technically get a raise, but your check could feel the same or even smaller. And this is where the CPI proposal becomes so important. Because here's the truth, the formula the government currently uses to calculate your raise, called CPIW, is outdated. It was designed for urban workers, not retirees. Experts say the CPIW doesn't reflect what seniors actually spend on, like medical care, rent, and prescriptions. If Washington switched to the CPI, known as the Consumer Price Index for the elderly, your benefits could rise by an extra $300 to $500 per year, automatically. But will it actually happen? Stay with me, because what's coming next could decide whether that change even makes it through Congress this year. Right now, the U.S. government is facing yet another shutdown. And the timing couldn't be worse, because the Social Security Administration is finalizing COLA numbers as we speak. Hold on, the next update could decide how much you actually receive next year. If Congress doesn't act soon, official COLA announcements could be delayed, and seniors may have to wait longer to see how much they'll get next year. This shutdown crisis has already paralyzed parts of the government before. In fact, during a previous shutdown under President Donald Trump, over 800,000 federal employees were furloughed, and many agencies closed their doors. So here's the question. What happens to your Social Security or disability payment if the shutdown lasts? Let's break that down. The good news, your Social Security payments will continue. Even during a shutdown, the Social Security system is funded through mandatory spending, not the yearly budget Congress fights over. That means retirees, SSDI recipients, SSI beneficiaries, veterans, and railroad retirees will keep receiving their checks. But there's a catch. If you need to contact the Social Security Administration to fix a payment issue, replace your Direct Express card, or update information, you might not get through. During shutdowns, thousands of SSA workers are furloughed, and those who do stay must work without pay until the government reopens. According to the SSA's own contingency plan, about 12% of its staff would be sent home during a shutdown. That means things like benefit verifications, appeals, replacement cards, or earnings record corrections could all be delayed or paused completely. Here's something most people don't realize. If your Direct Express card expires during a shutdown, you might not be able to replace it right away. That means no new card and possibly no access to your funds until operations resume. So while payments technically continue, some seniors could still face delays in actually receiving or using their money. And that's why so many Americans are calling this not just a shutdown, but a slowdown for seniors. But here's where things get even more interesting, because while all this chaos unfolds, a growing number of lawmakers are quietly working behind the scenes to restructure Social Security altogether. Economists estimate that without major reform, the Social Security Trust Fund could face shortfalls within the next decade. That's why some leaders, including former President Trump, have hinted at broader changes to save Social Security, while others warn that such moves could reduce future benefits. Meanwhile, Sanders, Warren, and other progressives are demanding the opposite: tax the wealthy more and increase benefits now. One side says we can't afford to expand the program. The other says we can't afford not to because millions of seniors are already falling below the poverty line. And stuck in the middle are the people who depend on this system every single month. Here's where it all comes together. The official COLA announcement, the one that determines your benefit increase for 2026, depends on 3 inflation data points. Right now, 2 have already been released, and the third one is due soon. But because of the shutdown threat, the final number could be delayed, meaning millions of seniors may have to wait to find out what they're getting. Analysts currently project a 2.8% COLA, but if inflation rises again, that number could shift up or down. So the question remains, will you see a real increase next year, or will rising Medicare costs wipe it all away again? We'll know soon. If you believe Social Security should finally reflect the real cost of living and support the move from CPIW to CPIE, then write in the comments below, "I support CPE." Because lawmakers do pay attention to public opinion, especially when thousands of seniors speak up. And remember, these changes don't happen automatically. They happen when enough people demand fairness. So, keep your eyes on the news. Follow the updates from the Social Security Administration, ssa.gov, and don't forget to subscribe, because the next few weeks could determine how much you'll get in 2026. Your benefits are your lifeline, and you deserve the truth about what's really going on in Washington. If you found this update helpful, hit the like button, share this video with a friend, and subscribe for more daily updates on Social Security, stimulus checks, and retirement news. I'll keep bringing you verified updates, official links, and real numbers, no rumors, no confusion. Thanks for watching. This is Elyze. Stay informed, stay prepared, and take care of yourself.